All right, we're live. It's the Spinnin Backfist MMA show, the first one of August 2023. We're in the second half of the summer here. It is Robbie Fox, Big Ev, and Jack Mac currently getting his mics situated. The mics in these rooms are honestly, sometimes it's like trying to grapple with black belt win the way that we'd like. I got to turn now we got an echo in my computer, so I'm going to go turn that off.
He's obviously a great card. We're getting situated here. Appreciate everyone hopping in. Waiting for a few more people to get in. Robbie just turned on the echo, so we're good to go. What do you want to start with? The card? Do we want to start? I would start with the card. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable weekend of fights. Overall, you have the boxing fight, which we'll get to. We'll talk about Crawford and Spence and everything. But the UFC 291 card, we were hyping this is maybe better than the International Fight Week card, on paper at least. Mm-hmm. I think it lived up to that. I think this was probably my favorite card of the year.
11 fights, 9 finishes.
You don't get that very often.
A lot of highlight reel knockouts.
Oh, my God. 2 head kicks. Utah. There's something about head kicks in Utah.
Yeah, it's special. Arena. Oh, did you know they talk about it a little bit leading up to it, that they have a statue of Leon Edwards there now?
No.
Like outside it's where the Utah Jazz play.
I didn't see that.
They had put a Leon Edwards like statue, like some kind of monument there.
Unreal.
Recognizing the incredible moment that was.
Unreal. I mean, they're going to have to put a Justin Gaethje one next to it.
They might.
I know it's not literally that, that comeback moment, but when they were showing those head kicks side by side after the final bell, it was crazy.
Yeah, setups were beautiful. Gaethje, I mean, that was incredible. I mean, it's one of those where I thought the fight was going to go longer. I played over 2.5.
Yeah.
I didn't expect I thought someone's going to go down later in the fight. That was just one of the cleaner head kicks you'll see. I mean,
yeah.
Just landed it flush.
The way it wrapped around the back.
I mean, we've rarely seen we really haven't seen Poirier get knocked out. Like he had the one knockout against, what was it, Michael Johnson knocked him out like back in the day. That was a while ago. McGregor, but even then he was still kind of like,
yeah,
like he was wits are there a little bit. Like this was a flush. Like he was like his legs went stiff,
and then he got hit with the people's elbow, as he called it, from Herb Dean. The slow-mo of Herb sliding on the Monster logo, he looked majestic. Truly majestic.
And just the way he like just bounced, you see his body just like bounce.
Yeah.
Great slide.
I mean, not intentional, I don't think, but I loved the way.
What a great,
shout out everyone in the chat. Daniel, Chester, Sean, Hunter. Love all you guys. Thanks for being here in the chat. Make sure you like the video. Hope you guys hit. If you followed Jack Mac this weekend, you did, right?
Avid did great too, right?
Yeah, it was a good card for the boys. Very good card.
Ab's read on Kevin Holland was like the second Chiesa got hit, I was like, this fight's over.
That was weird. His reaction to getting hit, his reaction to every exchange, really. Even Kevin Holland said he's like the knee that like set up the finish didn't even land.
Did you see the there was a photo of him before and somebody quote tweeted it, and obviously this is one of those hindsight's 2020, but the person quote tweeted before the fight was like, I've seen that look before
from Chiesa.
Yeah, it was like Holland round one.
Did not look like the Michael Chiesa that we've like grown to know at all.
Yeah, he just was he did it, but he was in the same. I kind of like I made the comment. I give it to someone else credit that he he's just one of those, like, he's a good hammer, bad nail. Yeah. And when he becomes the nail, which he became the nail immediately,
and that was the read by
and that was the my thought process was, I was like, you're gonna fight this guy who's taller, more athletic, much more active, fighting a guy who's off a 2-year layoff and really is coming off basically needed back surgery, didn't get it.
Yeah,
so continue to fight, and basically it's one path to victory. He's lay and pray.
Yeah,
and really the only guys that have really like wrestled fucked Holland, all 185. No one's done it at 170 yet, at least.
Yeah,
even like what's Hamzat, that said it was a catchweight 180.
Yeah,
and Hamzat still didn't really wasn't able to just like pin him down.
No,
he was sprawling with him, and then obviously choked him out.
Those exchanges in the first round of the Hamzat fight were really impressive for Holland. Obviously, I mean, Hamzat caught him, but like also he took that fight on what, 24 hours notice?
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to fight Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah, there was a whole mix-up, matchup.
Yeah. But I mean, Holland looked great.
Great takedown defense.
How'd you score Pereira Blachowicz?
It was one of those where it was all about the probably the second round, right? I know the
Third.
round.
Yeah.
Third round. Yeah, he was beating him up at the end of the
Because
second
Pereira,
round.
I think, clearly won round 2.
Yep.
You want to know what I think genuinely hurt him? And it was funny because I watched Sugar's reaction video and he said the same thing. I was thinking it live. At the end of the fight, it was a Pereira like this and Blachowicz just like laying on the mat, like just dead. And right there, I was like, they're gonna give Pereira, which I don't think you could have made an argument like either way in terms of like whichever way it went. Like you could not set a robber either way. I was like, this is a coin flip.
Yeah.
I
thought Jan had it, to be honest.
I thought he did.
The decision.
I thought he did too, but he just looked so much like shittier in terms of like Pereira was, even without the raising the hands at the end, even just like inside the actual time of the fight, he just looked so much more like had gas. Like if they go another round, Jan was fucked.
Yeah.
That was 5 rounds. Jan's getting knocked out, I think.
It also felt like a fight that should be 5 rounds. Like when it was over at 3, I was like, oh, fuck.
There's so much at stake. Yeah, a lot at stake.
Pereira was much better at being tired than Blachowicz because I think they were equally as tired. Maybe Blachowicz a little bit more, but Blachowicz looked like he was – the fact that he survived round 5 was impressive to me, and he was throwing some serious punches because, like – I was at the end of round 2. I thought he was legit gonna die on the stool.
I did too. Yeah. I thought he was fucked.
And now I think that was probably the elevation a little bit, and also, but man, Pereira I thought looked pretty good.
We saw that a ton though throughout the night. I'm trying to think like
no,
I don't think we saw elevation like hurt a ton of fighters.
Well, because there were so many finishes.
Yeah,
like a lot of them just didn't really go far enough for that to even become like a thing.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people thought that it maybe would become a thing with Poirier in the later rounds especially with Gaethje training at high altitude.
Maybe a little
but
bit.
But then obviously ends very fast.
In the Doctor versus Semi the Jedi, that fight slowed down after the first round a little bit. I mean, it was slobber knocker the whole time throughout, but you could tell Semmelsberger just slowed down after
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that was funny because it was Medic took it kind of last minute. And he's kind of been the guy that's been known for having the 1 minute of kickboxing, and then he's fucked. So I thought there was a point in that first round. I think it was the second time he dropped him. Semmelsberger dropped him clean. Yeah. Where I thought if he landed one big ground and pound shot, they would have called it. He was down pretty bad. But that was a great.
He got hit with an up kick. That was crazy. Too.
Yeah, too. That was a great comeback by Medic.
That fight was awesome. And that I think it was the second fight on the card after the Miranda Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick was dominant. She was dominant all 3 rounds.
That was a great way to kick the card off. Then what was after that? Because we got another finish after that. I think after the
Then I forgot what was
the head kick after that.
No, because you also had the Darius Flowers, Jake Matthews.
Yeah,
which that was a blessing for me. He literally knocked him out with a body shot.
Yeah,
he knocked him out with a body shot, and they just thought it wasn't. They thought it was a nut shot.
Yep.
I was very confused. That was one of the first times I'd seen that where you've seen guys get take one that you thought was the nuts to the body, and they kind of hold on.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the first I've seen where he went down and got shot.
Yeah,
if he rolled it clean, that was just clear, not just a KO.
And Matthews afterwards was pretty understanding, I guess, and cool about the mistake. He's I hit him on the belt line. The rest of them were good. I get it. You could do what you got to do.
Hey, Tommy Frazier, could you just put that guy's name back in the chat? It went away. I just want to see it again. Thank you.
Who, the PFL?
Yeah. I want to see his name again.
It's at the top.
See
you can still see it at the top.
Who wins? Bradley Martin versus Dana White?
No, PFL's Dana. Dave.
Dan Gleesack?
Yeah, Dan Gleesack.
I don't know, tough fight.
That's a tough fight. I mean, it depends.
I probably give Holland a slight edge, but Dan Gleesack.
In a 5-round fight,
he lets it hang out there.
Yeah, Dan Gleesack.
He'll let it hang all 5 rounds.
Thanks for bringing in. I didn't think anybody would be giving or would be bringing that guy up. We love him.
We love Dan.
Yeah.
What? Talk about a right hand.
Yeah, oh my God.
Dane? Mr. Gleesack? Just Bruce over. Dane. Gleesack.
Did you guys see Paul Craig in the wrestling?
No.
He went to a Scottish Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
It was obviously it was planned and whatnot. And then he came in and it was the ultimate house show. It was just this small arena. It was pretty funny.
If it was ICW, they're a huge Scotland company.
It may be. It seemed like it was a big promotion, and he came in and he came in with what's it? Yeah, ICW. They said.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he came in with a Scottish kilt on. He looked pretty good in there.
I love that. I have a friend Grado who wrestled for them for a while, and Drew McIntyre in the WWE had a big career resurgence there actually. That's awesome. CJ Vergara, kind of a boring one there.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do.
Yeah, got the win. No disrespect. Roman Kopylov, that
Whew.
kick.
That kick, even the video that Lee, or I was either Lee or you post, I guess, Jack, that was,
It was
not like it was like from like someone in the
Yeah.
crowd.
It was from
You-
Meek Phil.
Meek.
You,
Yeah, it was
or
from Meek
God,
Phil.
God bless Meek. You can literally hear the smack live.
Yeah.
That kick was so fucking hard.
It was deadly.
He landed it flush,
And then
so flush. Oh my
I made a
God.
joke in my blog that people were like, "Oh, stop dumping on the refs." He did not need to eat that extra shot afterwards. I was like, "Oh my God, he was out."
It was
He on his back.
it was only that he just sort of had like his elbows like this, kind
Yeah.
of like he was a little more up, and he just went bink and just put him right back down. It was over.
That was really
Dude,
bad.
Koplov's a good fighter, man.
Did he call out Magny afterwards? Was that him or was that someone else?
Did he call out Magny after?
Someone called.
He was
out
in.
Magny.
He
I
speaks Russian, so maybe
my-
we missed
my-
it.
I was
No,
in a-
it was definitely in a different language because I didn't hear anything but like Neil Magny, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, oh shit, that was a call out there.
No, but he's
I'd like to see that
uh,
fight.
No, but he's
He's a
a
middleweight.
oh yeah, he's a 185er, so it couldn't have been him.
Maybe it was Bonfim.
That makes sense. Bob, yeah, that's what. Yeah, Bob. I was gonna say, yeah, he. Honestly, I think it was maybe the.
Called out Strickland. Yes, he called out Strickland, and they were like, yeah, like you're not gonna get that fight, but like God bless you.
I should just speak to Strickland just real quick. So I think that fight in Australia is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it's
Really?
gonna happen. So Izzy, I watched Izzy's YouTube reaction video. He said he is 100% fighting that day. He doesn't know who. There's just literally just no one else.
And did you see Strickland?
And then Strickland's video interview with the Schmo, he was like, "We're trying." Basically, both ends. We're desperately trying to make this.
And then
happen.
did you see his tweet? He was like, he was almost like it's back on. Also, did you see Meek Phil's here today? He's back.
He's wearing a shirt.
He's wearing the UFC 291 shirt that he got. Like,
Yeah.
what a fan!
Yeah.
He said
Love
it was
it.
the best atmosphere he's ever been to in his life.
He came up
It's-
to me
it's the
immediately.
best,
and he's
man.
like, I need to go to another UFC card immediately.
Dude, it's once I went to my first one, the Garden, like a few years ago. I mean, I try to go to all the ones I
It's the
can.
best.
I think I'm going to the one in Boston. I'm pretty sure.
Sick.
Thoughts on
Amazing
Tony?
card.
I mean, Tony, like I thought he actually fought pretty well.
I
He just
thought he
the eye
fought really
poke,
well.
the eye poke was not his speed isn't there anymore, which is like that's what happens. But he still, I mean, he did land. He's knocked down Bobby Green and Michael Chandler over what the past 2 years.
Yeah,
Bobby
yeah, he
Green
has
is a good fighter, and like,
solid. Yep, for sure.
he hit Tony flush a
A
lot.
lot.
I know.
Tony took those shots. I was
And
impressed with
even the
that.
ones when he was on the back, he was like hammer fisting them from God. Like,
Yeah,
just mashing his face with a
Yeah.
hammer fist, and he
So,
was
like,
eating them.
it sounds weird because Tony was getting kind of dominated throughout the fight.
He
Like, had his
was.
moments. He had his moments, but I was still impressed with him.
It's like it's tough because
And then the way he went out, I thought was badass. The fact that he wouldn't tap,
the
fact
way he
that
just was
kicked
kicking
Dan
his legs
Margiotta.
and shit. He was.
Yeah.
I know
fucking-
Dan's not supposed to look at the clock. Obviously, that's not his job or anything. But they should have just let him go out on his shield. There was 6 seconds left.
but the way
No, he went to sleep.
the way his
I
arm
know.
went down,
Yeah.
like his arm went.
I
down
understand.
so
he
violently.
was unconscious.
He was. I know. I just wanted him
You
to
can't
be.
let him kill him.
Yeah, he would have died.
No,
He would've
you're
died.
right.
He
You're
kept
right.
choking him.
Casual take by me. Cut it out. Put it out there. Jack
But yeah,
Mack the casual.
I thought that was badass. It might be the primal alpha in me, but I was just like, that's badass way to go out, Tony.
Also, just go back. I think it was the guy. I can give a name for the Alex Behan or how you say.
Oh,
his
bet.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had. I thought going back quick just because I thought it was a good thought for the Kopylov that I think would be an awesome fight, and he's friend. Maybe should have him on one day. He's a friend of sort of the program. Him and Piper would be a scrap.
Oh, that would be great.
He did a matchmaking tweet. He put all the guys in one kind of thing, and I thought a Kopylov Piper. I was like, wow. I was like, that's the fight I'd love to see.
Yeah.
I think Kopilov's underrated.
I mean, I
He
think he's
just
gonna-
keeps winning and keeps winning like impressively over
Yeah.
like solid
People are
guys.
gonna have to start taking notice.
He's a very good fighter.
Uh,
Durable too.
Bonfim made that look super easy.
Oh,
He grabbed
dude.
the guillotine like that.
Him versus Magny, I would like to see that. I'd be into
Yeah.
seeing him versus Magny
That'd be a good fight.
because
Which
at least Magny he's gonna get tested.
with Ian Gary, is that happening?
No, Ian Gary's fighting Jeff Neal in Boston.
That's right. But he called out Magny. Was that the thing?
I think he did initially, but they just moved him on to like
They
bigger and
were
better
like, yeah.
things.
Sunglasses MMA. That's not funny to joke about.
Hezbollah?
He said Hezbollah's been jumped.
That ain't
Nah,
No,
he's
bro.
got
He
no
runs
way.
Russia.
And he's got way too many people around him. to get
Yeah.
jumped.
true. No way.
Salvador fraud checked. Yeah. Well, I mean, who who was hyping up Salvador?
He was getting a lot of betting love.
That's fair. I mean, I will say that when it went to decision, I thought Vergara won the last 2 rounds, but if he didn't get it, I wouldn't have been like, oh my God.
I would have been.
Actually,
I thought he won easily. Easily in the sense of like dominant would probably be like a strong word to use for it, but I thought he won all the rounds. Like, I just thought Salvador didn't do much. Like I thought Vergara was more active. He did more. Obviously Derek Lewis.
I was going to say the one fight we
almost steals the show without Gaethje doing what he did.
I think he almost did steal the show. When I tell you, my laughter started when he started the fight with the running name.
Yes,
that's when my laughter started. It ended like when I fell asleep. I could not stop laughing. My girlfriend was looking at me like I had 3 heads because she's like, "You're still laughing at this?" The fact that he ran through and landed the flying knee to start the fight, then finishes it in 30 seconds, then drops those pants right away, and then takes off literally like every piece of clothing he could possibly take off to throw out to the crowd. John Anik is like, "The Amish are going home happy tonight." It was the perfect combination. Him saying, "Get ready, my wife, get ready. I'm going to come home and bust those guts up." Everything he said. Did you plan on throwing that? No, I just said I'm going to throw some bullshit and see if it lands. So fucking funny. That was one of the funniest post-fight interviews, post-fight celebrations. The fact that it was 3 losses in a row. He's finally on track after this. Everything about that, I was like, God bless Derek Lewis. Dana should, out of spite, give him the exact deal that Francis Ngannou asked for.
Well, I'm glad because I said it immediately. I was at a friend's house. We watched, a few of us. And I'm glad somebody said it in the chat because I said the same thing. I was like, once he said he was a free agent, I was like, if he is the best option on planet Earth for PFL to fight Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Like easily, even though they had the worst fight of all time when they fought prior, this would be a chance to make up for it.
Yes.
And I think people would buy, even though people would buy it, I don't think there's any other option for the PFL. That's
there's options, but nothing close.
That's even closer as good as Derek Lewis.
No.
Like a legit heavyweight, a real guy.
Yeah, no.
And a guy who could give well, and you could say he beat him already, Ngannou, but he could really he could knock Ngannou out. He is capable of that.
Yeah.
If he hits you with a bomb, like anybody could go out by Lewis. I
don't think he wants to leave either, though.
I don't think he does either. But that was just incredible. And even the quote, he says he didn't go to the balls. He goes, he's like, my dick got a mind of its own. Something like that. He's like, my dickhead. It was so fucking.
Come
funny.
on, Joe Rogan couldn't stop laughing either. Joe Rogan was like in tears after that.
He really is the guy. That's why I had a hard time. Like a lot of I said I was gonna bet him by not. I said basically I thought I'd bet him by knockout or pass. I didn't. I was disappointed in myself because I think I was letting so much outside influence sway me in that Rogerio de Lima was getting so much love.
Yeah.
The line kept going up and up and up. And listen, was it like, I'm not calling it fluky because Derek Lewis, this is what he does. Mm-hmm. So I would say it's not fair to call it fluky. He has the most knockouts in UFC history. But it was like, we didn't really get to see de Lima fight. But I mean, this is what Derek Lewis really is kind of become respectfully a heavyweight gatekeeper. Like whenever he fights anybody that's outside the top 10, he kills them.
Yeah.
Him, Dawkins, all these guys, he kills these dudes. When he fights guys up, sometimes he loses.
Yeah.
But anyone that's trying to make the come up, I feel like he always smashes them. Besides Sergey.
Vince wants to know who the UFC should give him next if he does resign. That is a bit of a tricky.
Let me look at the heavyweight rankings.
He's fought a lot of the.
He has. He's fought everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see who we got in the heavyweight.
I just want him in there standing and banging with guys
too.
Like this, to be honest.
Of course. Let's see who we got a heavyweight that would make sense right now. I would say,
anyone not booked?
See, he's already a lot of the guys you want him to see him fight. He's already fought.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's fought Ty already. He's fought. I would even watch a him and Ty rematch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ty's fighting Volkov in at Sydney.
Yep.
But maybe that gets I don't know if they'd remake that fight, but it was awesome. Oh, Rosenstrike, that's a good call. Rosenstrike makes a lot of sense. They haven't fought. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that's a good call.
Won't happen, but Aspinall would be interesting.
Aspinall would kill him.
Yeah, I think Aspinall would. Yeah.
Tibera's not a bad fight.
Tibera's not either. I think he'd kill Tibera, honestly, too.
I think he would too. I think he'd beat Tibera. Loser
I
of
think he
that
runs-
fight versus Lewis. Winner of that fight could get Lewis, I think.
Winner of what? Loser of what fight? Oh, the Ty Volkov.
Yeah.
He's fought both of them already.
Yeah. I was at the Volkov one. That
And
was
Volkov
McGregor Khabib
that
fight
was
night.
insane. Yeah, I was watching that live. That was nuts.
Romanov,
I mean, I guess I think he'd smoke Romanov too.
that's a decent. I don't hate Romanov.
I don't either. I think I like Rosenstrike the best. I
Yeah,
think that's the
100%.
best. I think that's the best suggestion.
So I could see Romanov Lewis. If let's say they say, all right, Derek, we're going to bless you. Thanks for everything. We're going to bless you with a 6-fight deal, with worth X number of dollars, and we know you probably only have a few years left, so let's get it going. Or even if it's a little bit more fights, random fall night fight night card, you would do Derek Lewis against Romanov, headline it. I think
Yeah.
like Rosenstrike Lewis is on like a pay-per-view card.
yeah, fair.
Because I think Romanov's like on ESPN Plus kind of thing, and then but I like both of those.
Or even like a him Ty Burrow. I could see
Yeah.
headlining like a fight night.
100%. And it's not like a great card,
Because
but
Ty Burrow would make some sense, I guess, but I think he'd smoke Ty Burrow in one.
And then the main event, which we've already touched on. First round was a really good round, like a pretty technical round.
Yep.
Did Poirier drop Gaethje?
He rocked him once.
Rocked him,
He didn't
yeah.
drop him, rocked him.
Rocked him and kind of hurt his eye. He kept like rubbing his eye. and,
Yes.
like, trying to like see.
Joe pointed that out.
Yeah. I still kind of was leaning Gaethje round one just because he
I
had
gave it to Gaethje round one,
a lot
but
of moments where he was landing. Yeah.
I thought it was Poirier, like not like easy, but I thought it was like clear-ish. I would say
he
Poirier.
got 2 out of the 3. Dustin did.
Yeah,
First round.
I thought he won, but I guess fair.
And then the second, pretty quickly, I think it was like a minute. into
The
second
stoppage
round.
was exactly 1 minute.
Yeah. He lands that friggin' head kick.
You
Which
see
was,
Gaethje. So he does the flip,
yeah.
and then did you see he headbutted the cage?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
He
that.
like
He ran
legit.
up to it, just like-
Yeah.
I saw when he did the flip, he almost like ran over Poirier's body.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got redemption, the new BMF. I really thought the fight would go the exact same as last time. I thought like he would have success with the leg kicks and then get finished really late in the fight after he like tries something stupid. But he fought smart. He fought like, obviously his striking is what it is, but it was pretty technical throughout the first. In the second, he landed that perfect head kick. Said to Joe, much like Derek Lewis, he didn't plan that. He was like, yeah, no, I just like saw it. It looked good. Threw it. Didn't
He's
drill
an
it at all.
instinct. Yeah, and even I respect Poirier's done the interviews after. He's been very respectful, very like.
Or
What
you
do you
could tell he really likes Gaethje.
What do
Yeah.
you think of? I understand this, but some people were getting on him. Poirier said, "I still think I'm the better fighter."
Don't blame him at all.
Yeah, I don't blame him
Yeah,
either.
no.
Not listen. Fighting's
The
very.
better fighter could get clipped in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fighting. I'm not even saying he is or he isn't. I'm just saying I don't blame him.
That just went viral on not viral, but
Doesn't
people
seem
were talking
like they're
about it on
interested
Twitter.
in the trilogy though.
Well, I think it's what he said. Like I would love it, but he's respectful that he's moving on to bigger, better things.
Justin Gaethje's 7-4, about to get his second or third title shot.
8-4.
8-4. My bad. My
The
bad.
Magic's been slandering him all over the place. Magic just hates like if you're an American fighter that people in America love.
Yeah, he hates.
hates you.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
hates you.
yeah.
Well,
well,
how
well-
American is he after he hung out with?
Fair. Well, his argument is that he's getting his third title shot when a lot of people haven't gotten one. But to me, my argument with like who else? If you want, like I think you have. I don't think you really have an argument. For,
no,
like,
no, and this is
Gamrot
also.
or like Sarukian. They've beaten no one.
I,
And I'm not saying they couldn't. Me saying they haven't beat anyone doesn't mean like I think Sarukian could potentially beat Gaethje tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
not saying that's
that.
like
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
It's
but
the fight
it's-
business. You got to make business.
He
People
puts
wanna
asses
see
in
him.
seats.
Yeah,
And he just beat Fazeev and Poirier. Like what?
Yeah.
Where else do you think he was going to
And
go?
Gaethje's is a big time name. I
Big
think he's
time.
top 10 in
Exactly.
the and he
Exactly.
and when he fights, nothing against Sarukian or Gamrot, you know you're gonna get a fucking banger.
Every time.
Gamrot, like his performance, even though he won against Jalen Turner, was like not exciting,
No.
not very impressive.
Some people, I went into that. I had a big bet on Gamrot there. I went into that decision thinking they could give it to
For sure.
Jalen Turner.
that was the one the judges. I was there in person. I thought I was fucked.
yeah.
I thought I was, and then even like like there's no one else really like if Fazeev had beat Gaethje, like he would have been
100%.
someone who could have made that leap. But
Gaethje looks so good in that fight too. Mixing
dude,
it
he
up
looked
with
great.
with the grappling, with
He
the
looked-
takedowns.
so I mean I think he's gonna be next in line for the title, like after the Islam.
Yeah.
Well, if Charles beats Islam, we'll have a
They'll do a
trilogy.
trilogy. I said I remember we were talking about the chat
Islam
with
has
Ray.
beaten Gaethje before.
What happened?
No, I'm
Oh,
bringing
yeah.
up Brendan Schaub.
Brendan
Oh
Schaub.
yeah.
I wanted to, because
I
I,
was
knew
like, huh?
you went the way you stopped. You were like, wait, what are you
And
talking about,
MMA
Jack?
math. MMA math.
Oh.
Pantoja's beat Gaethje as well.
Yes, correct. He knocked him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Islam Habib, same person. So I mean,
Shout out Ben the Bane was on the Fight Companion this weekend.
and he took off one of
It's
his
funny.
his turtlenecks to another turtleneck, just to, like.
And Brendan
That's
Schaub
hilarious.
immediately being like, "Did you just take off that turtleneck and you had another turtleneck underneath?" Very
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Bradley Martin has broken all of MMA Twitter's brains, which I just love.
He really has. Where did this guy come from? Who is he?
Oh, he's been huge
He's-
for like a
I know-
decade.
I
A
know
long
he's
time.
big, but
So
like,
he used to be big in fitness world. He still is, but
Gotcha.
now he's on the Nelk Boys podcast. He has his own podcast.
oh, he's like on their podcast weekly.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of like
He-
replaced Menery.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I actually like him. I think he's a lot better. Than
I
Menery.
love Bradley
He's
Martin.
a good interviewer. Like it's just like people get MMA guys get mad at him. He knows what he's doing. Like he doesn't think he can
Yeah.
beat up Nate Diaz.
Yeah. Nate's
I do
reaction was so funny.
think he thinks he can beat up Devin Haney potentially. But there's a little bit more of an argument for that
Yeah.
than Nate Diaz.
I think
Obviously,
he can. I think he thinks he can beat up Demetrius Johnson.
I think he could too, which I think he's wrong. I think he get choked out, but
I think
someone posted a video of Owen Roddy against a bodybuilder, and they were like, "This is how it would look," and Owen Roddy immediately got
he's
back and
he's
choked
the
him out.
wrestler, right?
Yeah, he's like McGregor's striking coach, even.
well, have you ever seen? There's a video of the training. It was like the world's strongest man grapple with Poirier.
Oh yeah,
And Poirier
Poirier gets on his
choked
back
him out
right away,
so
right?
That's the
It's like-
mountain, right?
Yeah, Poirier choked him out like literally in like 30
The only thing
seconds.
with Bradley is Bradley did wrestle in high school, and he continues to train jiu-jitsu, so he has a little bit of MMA background. Now, I'm not saying he's going to beat Demetrius Johnson, but this isn't like some rando who's like, "Oh, this sport looks easy," but he also knows what he's doing from a social perspective. Those clips go viral nonstop.
every
He
time.
has a fighter come on. He's like, "Come on, dude, I could beat you in a fight."
I blogged the Nate Diaz thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Maybe
exactly,
That's
yeah.
what
he
we should
wants.
start doing. That next time we interview a fighter, I'll just be like, "Bro, you know I would fucking take you down and choke you out like that."
Maybe we don't have we're not as physically opposing as Bradley. We're like the three of us could fuck you up.
All three of us, we
Like,
attacked you together.
Bradley's
stand a chance.
huge though. Like
He's a big dude. I was a matchmaking. What do you guys think for Poirier?
I know.
Like, what do you? So the one that they keep saying that Ariel said it, and he said it forever, and I've kind of had it in my mind. It would make sense after this weekend if Nate Diaz comes back.
I saw that conversation.
That would be
between
the
Ariel
fight.
and
Like
him.
that's you could pay-per-view, you could main event pay-per-view
That
that.
makes so much sense. And there's some real animosity there, like between the fight.
They
that got
really want
booked.
to. They like both have wanted this fight for a long. They were supposed to fight at one point.
They were supposed to. It was going to be on an MSG card at
Mhm.
170, and then there was like a back and forth, and someone had to get hip surgery. I think Poirier at some point.
Oh, Dan Hooker.
Well, they already fought. Even though,
Oh yeah, one of my
but,
studies.
well, no, I think Dariush should make a lot of sense too.
Darius would be, but
Poirier Dariush should be a good fight.
oh my god,
Yeah.
that would be a sick fight.
That'd be sick.
And I think Dariush would love that fight because that could keep him like, even though coming off the loss to Oliveira, that could put him right back in the mix.
I saw Poirier respond to Michael Chandler right away. Michael Chandler was like, "Oh, now you got to fight someone deserving of that BMF title." And Poirier just quote tweeted and said, "Shut your bitch ass up."
He spoke about that on Ariel. He genuinely just does not like
He
Michael Chandler.
hates
Hates
Michael
Chandler.
Chandler.
He just thinks he's like fake. He
because of the
like he asked
the
about it.
fish hook.
He asked about it. He was like, "Dude, shut up! Like we both beat you.
Yeah.
Shut up! like shut up! Like
No, respect Michael Chandler.
No,
Respect
and I
to
love
the
Michael
boy.
Chandler as a guy. This is just what
It's Poirier.
Poirier was saying. But yeah, he just was like, "Shut up, dude! Like we both beat you." Like
Yeah, I think I don't love the Hooker one. I think Poirier beats Hooker pretty easily.
yeah,
to
I
be
think
honest.
I think
Like,
so.
Again,
Yeah, I think so too. But the first fight was awesome.
it was great.
I honestly would like to see Hooker for Zeeb. I'd love to see,
yeah, I'd be down for that.
but they just booked for Zeeb Gamrot, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
think
Hooker's
Dariush would be the fight I'd like to see the most with Dustin.
Who?
Dariush.
Yeah.
If you can't
Yeah.
book Nate Diaz.
yeah,
If you could book Nate Diaz, I think he kills Diaz as well, to be honest.
yeah, I think so too. I do.
But I want to see that fight more just because it's Nate Diaz.
It'd be entertaining as shit.
and we're in agreement over Pereira and Yuri in December.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you
Yeah,
could do
makes
that, yeah.
sense for sure.
But Pereira wants the trilogy without Asanya, he said, right?
But he said he wants to do one or two more fights at light
205?
heavyweight at 205.
Okay.
And then he says he's willing to come back down. But I think he was setting up saying, hey, I know maybe I need another one or the next one's the title shot. So I'm good to do that. And then I'll come back down for Izzy.
He said the trilogy to Izzy was only fair at 185.
Yeah.
So he's a respectful warrior. I can appreciate that. And obviously, we got to talk about Wonder Boy as well. We haven't addressed that at all.
Wonder Boy was supposed to be on the card.
Very
Fight got
unfortunate.
dropped off. A lot of controversy over him not getting paid. his show money.
I watched this morning quick before I came in because I was curious to see what he said on Ariel as well. He said he has not been paid. He said he thinks he's going to get paid. He said it's Dana's on vacation. I think that's kind of the discrepancy,
Dana's
the
in
hold
Italy.
up.
He's on a boat in Italy.
Yeah, he said he thinks he is going to get paid. He said obviously he would be pretty bummed out if he didn't. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And obviously remember like the Darren Till situation, it was the same thing.
Mhm.
Darren Till came in like 3.5 pounds over. A younger guy was coming down in the rankings. He was giving opportunity.
That fight
He ends up doing the fight. He loses like a split decision.
It's a horrible fight. One of the worst fights I've ever watched. I remember hyping it was a Memorial Day weekend card. So I hyped up all my cousins and I was like, this is the fucking fight. Wonder Boy, he's going to throw some spinning shit. Darren Till, he's going to be knocking him down during it. And oh my God, that was just a whole lot of nothing.
I do. Jamal Hill's saying they're going to make Alex Yuri we're going to make Alex fight again in what, 2 months?
In Abu Dhabi?
That's October. Yeah, it's
So
October
30
21st. So yeah, like
I bet
2.5
to be
to
honest.
2 3/4
At
basically.
205, if he's not cutting
That is true.
as much weight.
But honestly, that card is almost already like. Well, actually, I guess they could use like a co-main,
And they love stacking that card to the
and they do.
high
Yes,
heavens.
it would make sense.
I did think Pereira had the guillotine, but then once Jan did the thumbs up, I was like, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I thought he had it for a sec.
I thought Pereira's takedown defense was very good. Obviously, he got taken down in the first, and Jan got very tired in the third at the end. But I thought he was like, it wasn't like he was incompetent, and his submission defense was very good.
Absolutely.
Because I thought Jan was going to get that in the first.
Yeah.
But, I mean, great job by Alex. Jan, I mean, where does he go from here? Fight in Poland, retire?
Yeah, you can give
a couple more left in him before.
Honestly, you want to know what they could do is maybe you could do the Rockets rematch because Rocket they didn't really get to fight.
We're almost a year since then, right?
Yeah, like Rocket just tore his ACL. One thing I was going to say so going back to the Wonder Boy a little bit, I had mentioned I was like him fighting JDM in Australia would be awesome.
Yeah.
He said no. He said no way. He's not doing that.
Oh, really?
Not anything with JDM. He just said I'm not fighting Australia. Long trip. Don't want to cut weight again in like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
What he said was he wants the MSG card.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Wonder Boy.
Okay, cool.
He said like that's the proper amount of time. He said Wonder Boy November MSG card, and then maybe who knows? Maybe he gets like a what do you guys think for him? If JDM's going to fight in Australia, maybe like
Ian Gary? Is it too soon? If Ian Gary beats Jeff Neal, can he turn around for MSG and face Wonder Boy?
It'd be August 19th to like November something.
So it'd be 3 months.
Be fun.
Maybe. He said he's not in a big rush, so I'm not sure. I mean, I'd like it. Who knows? Yeah, they were talking about JDM. If they gave Holland JDM, Holland just goes out to Australia. That'd be an awesome.
Down.
That'd be an awesome fight.
Yeah.
Dana paid Kelvin Gastelum's training partner to cancel that fight to get Kelvin hurt, so they can give Shavkat to Bilal. As Magic says, we have plans for Bilal.
Well,
we have plans.
If people haven't seen it, that fight is now canceled. Kelvin Gastelum, he had to pull out because he had like a nose fracture, and he put the video out. His partner like goes to throw.
I think it was like a head fracture. I thought it was like something in his head. I thought
it was his nose.
Maybe
his nose is split for sure. He got a cut on his nose. His partner like throws a kick, goes over Gastelum's head, and he comes around with a spinning back elbow. And yeah, he fucked him up. That had to be, it's one of those things where like you see it in the McGregor documentary. The second it happens, everyone like a hush falls over the room. And it's just like, oh, please don't tell me the fight's canceled.
And Shavkat's on Twitter talking shit.
Yeah, he called him a pinata.
And then he said
orbital nose fracture.
And he also made a joke about Kelvin's weight. That I heard you're having issues with weight as well.
Which, yeah, and then Kelvin, the video he put out pretty much disproves that, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
not necessarily disproves it, but it's like that doesn't even matter because,
well, for Kelvin, because he is down at 170 now, like the weight may be an issue for him, but all that being said,
dude got his face broke. He can't
his
fight.
face is broken, but Shavkat, it's okay, brother. We are going to give you Bilal now. Did you see that guy going up to Bilal at the Fan Fest and was like, actually, I just want to take a photo. You know how they do it with the belt?
Yeah.
And he goes up to Bilal and he goes, actually, I don't want to photo with you. I just want to photo with the belt. Like, get away. And then it was like a Twitter troll.
Oh
Oh.
man.
These Twitter trolls. One day, these Twitter trolls. And we get labeled as one.
You shouldn't be doing that in person like that. Like,
And Bilal,
should
because
be
he's the
able to
nicest guy in the fucking world, even though like I think he's a little bit of a boring fighter. I mean, I actually do like the guy a lot. He was just like, oh yeah, no big deal, and he just backs off.
Well,
But,
it's
like,
one of those like, what's he gonna do? Punch him in the face?
I know.
Like,
I mean,
they're in a tough spot.
You should take him down, double leg him.
Yeah, he just double legs him. Just so you can see,
he
how
still
do I-
doesn't. He didn't finish him either. He
Yeah.
did. The guy.
Yeah, am I boring now?
Yeah, South
Yeah.
How boring am I?
It's a 10-9. Yeah.
10-9 first round.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Bilal goes to decision even at UFC Fan Fest.
People in the chat, Antonia, is that Antonio or
Antonis Lab.
Antonis Lab says no way Shavkat wrote that
I-
as his manager.
That was the first thing I said. I was
That's what
like,
you
I was
said,
like, is
yeah.
Ali his manager?
Yeah,
I was like, he must be.
I don't think he wrote that either. People keep saying pray for Hasbek. Is that real? Because that's a different guy saying it now. Are they all just getting us with the Hasbullah? I'm gonna
No,
go
that's
on Twitter.
definitely like he changed his look. I went on Twitter and saw nothing because I was concerned. Or X. I went on X, as they say.
I'm going on X. Type it in Hasbullah. Looking
I mean,
latest.
we hope as
There's
hope
nothing.
he's okay.
There's nothing. We're being trolled.
I got nothing. I got absolutely.
it's like when they just go in random
news
chats and just start
update.
saying like R.I.P. Joe Rogan and shit.
Hezbollah official. What does that mean, dude? YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna
Go to his official YouTube.
it's probably be like
Is this
porn
what you
on this
want?
fucking thing.
Yeah.
Is this what you want the news update? This is what you want the show to come to? The note on YouTube. Bro.
Imagine it's real. I hope not.
I'd be horrified.
Our
if it
sweet,
was
our
real.
sweet Prince Hasbullah.
There's nothing. This guy.
Is he getting us? He's
He's
bringing
already-
the
I mean,
show
he's-
to
he's
a
got us
grinding
already.
halt.
He's already got us.
He got us. I'm looking it up.
Hezbollah attacked by mob. Nah, this has to be fake.
Nah.
No.
The mob?
On his Instagram.
Russian-
No, he has a like a little bit of a bruise.
What?
No.
Someone Bruce Hasbullah.
No.
No way.
Sorry, news update.
Look, he's
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's got like a black eye kind of. Oh my god.
All right, listen, news update. We're
no,
sorry.
we're sorry, bro. We're sorry.
We're
It's
sorry.
real.
It's
Oh
real.
my god, Hasbullah.
This guy got attacked.
You
Real
got- you got-
gangsters
you got
get
jumped.
jumped like
you got
that.
jumped. They barely left a scrap. They left just one mark.
All right.
Can you speak Russian?
Yeah, do you speak Hezbollah's Dagestani dialect of Russian?
Hezbollah attacked by mob. Physical impact occurred.
Oh no.
Oh god. Hasbullah.
Why is the mob after Hezbollah?
news update? We are sorry.
The only thing is, it doesn't look like this is from his actual account. Turn on.
You turn the subtitles. We need
Get
subtitles.
the subtitles on.
Hezbollah.
This is
Nah,
breaking news.
Where's the subtitles? How do I do that? Captions on.
This is insane.
I
Auto
actually-
translate.
I actually
Russian?
I'm getting a news wire, and there's rumors that it was McGregor.
McGregor attacked him.
McGregor might have attacked him.
Turn on subtitles.
That's crazy. Also, something that we haven't touched on yet.
Oh my
Spence
God.
Crawford. Oh, you got the subtitles?
Anyways, assalamu alaikum. Okay, he's saying hi. Yesterday was a very serious commotion. You see, a crowd wanted to beat me up. I took one hit. I wasn't prepared. Didn't protect myself. Protect yourself at all times, King. They wanted to beat me up as a group.
Oh no.
Jump. They want to jump him.
But one guy, the rest got scared and backed off.
As they should have.
But one guy got a 2 and it got scared and backed off. It was a serious commotion. I still have
Sounds
the
like a
memory of
serious
it.
commotion.
I'll live with
a
it.
Scene.
I'll live with it until the wedding. Is he getting married today?
Oh, no way is he getting married.
No way. We would have heard about that. I thought.
In the evening. I'll tell you right away.
I love he says I still have the memory of it. It happened yesterday.
So he basically someone sucker punched him. It sounds
Someone,
like.
yeah, sounds like someone sucker punched him, and the rest of the mob tried to get to him, and they backed off when he turned around, probably threw his hands up. They got scared.
His cousin's wedding.
His cousins.
How's this guy know everything?
Listen, let's not question. This man's been
this guy's the news
he's,
source.
He's batting 1,000.
This
All
guy
right.
is the news.
Let's not
update.
question news update. He's everything he said is correct.
We need to find who assaulted Hasbulla. Imagine
course.
assaulting Hasbulla.
No.
You have the entire Dagestani UFC, or UFC, PFL, everybody in the Dagestani.
Islam, Khabib, they're after you.
They're
now.
going.
Yeah.
Well, on Umar,
They better mobilize
them.
like McGregor had his clan
All
mobilized
of
when
them.
Artem got smacked.
All of
Yes.
them.
I want dollies thrown. I want buses stopped. Craziness. We haven't talked about the boxing fight at all.
Yeah, let's get into that. Did you get to watch it at all?
I watched the highlights because I was in Cleveland, so I was watching UFC on my computer. I didn't have like 2 TVs or anything. Seemed like a complete and total domination from start to finish by Crawford.
I was shocked. Like, it was so impressive.
Yeah.
I bet Spence just like I was one of those where I was like, after the second round, I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
Spence looked like kind of good early. That was the best he looked in the first like round or two. But I mean, Crawford knocked him down in the second round. And then it was just like off to the races. I mean, he just beat the brakes off him.
I saw people saying the corner could have thrown the towel before the finish. Do you agree with that?
They could have. I didn't think they were going to, like, watching live, but it wouldn't have like shocked me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at their faces,
Yeah.
like Crawford looked like he was like just woke up
Crawford's looking at the crowd saying, "You're next." Like
to because they're saying he might fight
Charlo, right?
yeah.
Charlo. They're saying he could get Boots Ennis.
Go up a weight class.
People Boots I think is that same weight class.
Okay.
But they're saying he might go up. Also Spence probably should go up too. But it was, I mean, just incredible performance. I mean, he was so
Eminem
good.
walked him out. That was cool.
So dope. He didn't rap it, but he
Yeah.
walked. Honestly, to almost walk him out with it was cooler.
Yeah.
He just walked out with him.
And did you see the clip of him like getting to the locker room and seeing Eminem for the first time afterwards?
I didn't see that actually.
Eminem's like, just like I showed you.
But I mean, Crawford, man, that was like it's one thing to like for them to have a fight like that, where it's the 2 clear best of this generation, 2 of the best pound for pound guys. But one thing to beat him, to just dominate him like that thoroughly was.
Yeah.
That was one that, like, I mean,
Made Luke Thomas cry. You guys see that?
It was so
Made
impressive.
him emotional.
It was so impressive.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never believed he would have beat him that way. Like, him beating him didn't shock me, but him beating him just that thoroughly, that dominantly, knocked him down 3 times, I believe.
People said one of the greatest performances in the history of boxing.
I mean, I don't think I'm in a position to say that. I'll say it's one of the best I saw in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, because I think it's not a knocking out on like Spence being bad. It was impressive that he did that to a guy as good as Spence.
Yeah.
Spence was just incredible.
Everyone thought that was the most even fight you could make in boxing.
It was. There's people in the boxing world that argued it was, in terms of like impact and things like that, it was like the biggest boxing fight in 20 years.
Quiggs.
Some people saying
Quiggs
that.
has won Dana White's matchmaker sweepstakes. I think you guys already know what's in the works. Come on, Quiggs. So
This guy.
So Quiggs has trolled me for like the longest since the start of Barstool. And one of his biggest things is he's never seen me won a UFC bet. He says I lie about my record. And even he bet Drickus against Whitaker and said he got it from Magic, not from me. Oh, like the whole he's like the ultimate troll. And this weekend he was in the building. We watched it here, and I went up head to head, face to face for 5 hours, and I had the best card of the year. And Quiggs, he showed the respect. He bowed down.
I did see that. That was nice.
Thank you, Quiggs.
He's getting ready to book Meatball Molly's next fight as we speak.
Yes, against Aaron Blanchfield too.
Run it back.
Yeah, at MSG, we're running it back.
Yeah. We know it, Quiggs. We know it.
But yeah, Crawford was fucking awesome.
Awesome. It's cool to see just a huge boxing fight like that. What's the next big one we're gonna get? That's not Fury and Ngannou.
I don't even know. If Crawford fights Boots Ennis, that'd be huge.
Yeah, it'd be big.
Fury,
Big
yeah, I
Bang
don't know. I mean, De La Hoya was saying he thinks it's more likely that, obviously after the Ngannou fight, that Fury fights Joshua over Usyk.
That would be like,
which is to me is annoying as
finally getting the fight, I guess. But
notice like it's like I don't like being like this, but compared to Fury, I think Joshua's not that good.
I think Fury washes him.
I was gonna ignorantly say he sucks. He doesn't suck, but Fury, I just think will beat the shit out of him. Canelo's fighting Canelo's fighting Charlo in the other Charlo.
Yeah.
In September.
That's big.
That's
Any
right.
Canelo fights.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
When are we gonna get Tank Stevenson?
hopefully it's
Next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Tank had to go to jail for what, like 30 days or whatever.
Yeah. Also, I think we could see what was I gonna say? I'm drawing a blank now. Fuck.
Ryan Garcia.
No, not Garcia. Oh, maybe Haney versus
Haney.
Haney versus like whoever he fights next. Even maybe him, Shakir.
Yeah.
Will make sense. Like whoever Haney. That's one thing, even though Haney's got a lot of backlash over the Lomachenko that it was like a bad decision. I respect he's at least trying to fight tough guys.
Yeah.
I like guys that are trying to like pick up that torch for boxing and like make the good fights. I appreciate that. So I respect the Haney, even though people didn't like the last. Whoever he fights next should be a big fight.
Anything else you guys wanted to touch on before we wrap this show up? We'll obviously break down the UFC Nashville card later in the week. Billy Q fight.
Some other big fights announced. They Jonathan Martinez, Adrian Yanez.
Yep.
That's a cool
banger.
fight. That's a fight I'm excited to see.
What was the one Jack sent yesterday in the group chat?
Oh fuck, what was it?
It was a good one.
It was
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker.
Magomed. That's not Johnny Walker. Yeah,
Abu Dhabi?
The Abu Dhabi.
That's a good fight. Tough fight for Johnny Walker.
Yeah, for sure.
Another guy who, respect him, takes tough fights pretty often.
He's been a nice little run here. Like he deserves a fight like this.
Yeah.
Hey, he made Anthony Smith.
Oh, I mean,
talk
what he
to
did
him
is
like
Paul
he-
Craig,
yeah.
Smith. Like he's had a nice little run.
Are you going to Boston for 292? Ev thinks he is. I don't know
Yeah,
if I am
I'm pretty
yet,
sure I
but
am.
I will
now-
not be.
Now I don't think I am because I'm doing Boston a little later in the
It's
month.
it's August 19th. It's the date.
See, I'm gonna be in Boston on August like 22nd, so I should figure out how to do that. We'll see. John gonna be on his back for 12 minutes. It's rude. Booked a ticket last week for 292.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
Hunter. Yeah.
I'm actually not gonna be able to watch this weekend's card live because I'm gonna be in Detroit watching SummerSlam live.
Oh, nice.
Ford Field, never been there.
MMA Guru hair reveal.
Yeah. People said he's been Dagestani all along.
Anything else?
Yeah, I think we've talked pretty
I
sure
think
everything.
that's it. 291 is just unreal.
It was awesome. Great
You
card.
guys now now that both are in the past, 290 or 291, you have to like remove one. I would keep 291. I thought it was more, especially considering the main event was such a shock, like crazy flash knockout. Whereas like I felt like we knew how the main event of the last one was going, and it went exactly as we thought.
So it's kind of so it's like the 290 you got like the better fights.
Yeah,
Whereas 291 you got like the better finishes.
yeah.
Because like with 290 you're missing out like the Moreno Pantoja war,
Jalen Turner Hooker.
Jalen Turner
That
Hooker
fight was
war.
badass.
Like you're missing those two as opposed to, but unless you got the Holland finish, the Derek Lewis finish, the Gaethje finish.
I would take 290 just because
the Robbie
DDP,
Lawler one you also get. on
DDP.
290.
I mean, like,
Yeah, I'd probably take sneaky 290 probably.
but 290. These are back to
But they were
back.
both phenomenal.
Yeah,
like it's
back to
bangers.
back, like
It's
two
like
of the
picking
best
bet-
cards we could ask
It's like
for.
picking between your kids.
Yeah.
I
All right.
love them both.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you're still in the chat, you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, make sure you do that. And we'll see you later in the week to break down this UFC Nashville card.
Billy Q.